Doug here from the next season. Have you ever wanted to make a custom base for a dresser or chest that you're refinishing? Well, it really isn't that hard. In this video, I'm going to show you how I do it, mistakes made, some lessons learned, and things to consider. So follow along, and I hope you find this video useful and helpful. So let's go and let's make a custom base. Okay, so I'm going to use my miter saw to cut this. I've got blocks. You probably can't see them. Let's see here. Way down here. I got T-tracks and a measuring tape right here that I suppose you can't see very well, but it makes it really convenient. I built this towards the end of last year, anticipating all this when I retired. And so I got it set at 45.5, and it indeed is. Even though I built this and measured, I always still measure. So the laser says 45.5, and I believe that's what I needed. Let me double check. 45.5. So we're going to cut this, and then we'll cut the two sides. Now I need the two sides. That's 14.5 inches deep. It should be right about there. So we'll check that. 14.5. This should be 14.5. And it is. Okay. Even if it's off a little bit, at least the two sides will be the same length. Okay, so I got the two sides. Okay, so I'm going to cut the feet. I want the two front feet to have a 60-degree angle. My saw only goes to 45, so I made these jigs. These are 45 degrees. So to make a 60-degree cut, 60 minus 45 is 15. So I'm going to set my miter at 15. And then when I go to cut this, it will be a 60-degree angle. So I'm going to get this clamped on here so it doesn't move. And I'm not going to take the time to film that because it might take me a minute. So when I get ready to cut, I'll be right back. Okay, so if I got this clamped on here the best I can. So now I'm getting ready to make the angle and cut. I think I need to move this back just a little bit. Hold on. Okay, so I got this clamped in, at least so it'll hold it. I want the cut to be halfway, so it's 3/4 of an inch on the bottom of this leg. So I've got this against the jig, and it looks good. So I'm gonna cut it off. All right. So there's my first 60-degree angle. Now, so I have something to work with, I'm simply going to flip it over, and I'm going to do the other 60-degree angle over here. And that way, I need to measure this off though. That way I have something to work with before I actually cut the legs. So 3/4 of an inch. looks like 3/4 of an inch. I need to find a better way than this clamping mechanism, because it just takes so long for me to get something on here. Whoops, I didn't put it on the side cut the mark. There we go. See how this is lining up. Oh, just about perfect. Maybe not. Yeah, pretty good. Okay. Second cut. All right. So I got my 60-degree angles. So I'm going to remove this jig now. And I'm going to go ahead and cut the feet off at 5 inches. Okay, so I put my stop. Actually, it normally doesn't go this far. I turned it around so it will go this way. And so I should be able to get, I can't measure the 5 inches that way according to the tape measure, but I can make sure that it's well, at least going to be the same on both sides. So that looks like about 5 inches. It doesn't have to be exact. All right, so I'm gonna cut this leg off. I've got 4 legs to cut. Only the 2 front are going to have angles on them. So I'll cut the other 4 legs. All right, that should be 5 inches. Back legs. Second back leg. Now flip this around. Okay. There's all my cuts. So now I'm going to go turn the dresser over and dry fit, make sure that I don't have to shorten anything. I certainly can't lengthen it, can I? A moment of truth. Let's see if I cut all this stuff right. So it's going to be something like this. Doesn't really matter which way the things are facing at this point. And then here. Looking good so far. This should be okay since they're all the same length. So I think that looks pretty good. Get this camera a little bit closer. Maybe you can see it a little better. There we go. So this is about where I might want it in a little bit further. Move this back a little bit. Looks about right. I want to get something to measure this with. I use this little Craig multi-tool for quick measurements. It's really nice. Just put it up here. I think that's about where I want it. So let's go this side. Just go back. Yeah. I think thereabouts. I can play with it once I get it on. Either this isn't level or this is not. Turn this board over this way so what this looks like. Whoops. Yeah, when I get the screws in it'll tighten it up. I mean the pocket holes. All right, that looks good. So now I'm going to go do some pocket holes. Okay, I've sanded all these pieces down lightly. I didn't show that. It's not very exciting, but I used 220 to sand all the edges, and now I'm going to measure to see where I want the pocket hole. Since this was 14 and a half, see 14 and a half, so let's see here. So I'm going to put a pair of pocket holes obviously on the end, and see, this is facing down, so the pocket, so it's going to be up like this on the base, so the pocket holes need to go down this way. So I'm going to put some at about four and a half, so right in this area, and then 4 and a half over here. And then a pair here, pair here. So I think on the base, on the sides, that'll be fine. So again, pair here, 4 and a half. About in this area, 4 and a half. About in that area. I put a couple of pocket holes. Now I need to decide where they're going to be on the base. So here's the base, down this way. And again, this was 45 and a half long. So I need to have about 11 and a half inches apart. So we're going to start this one. I don't know, maybe I'll put one and a half. Maybe I'll put one at 6. And 11 and a half. Six. 11 and a half. Another 11 and a half. So I put one there, 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 and there. That's 23. Almost 23. Move it over a little bit. So it's about 11 for that one. 11 and a half for that one. So I think maybe I'm going to move this one over just a little bit. Let's see, it's 11 and a half. 11, almost 11 and a half. So, 7. I think that's pretty good. So we're going to put them there. It's going to have to be exact, just so it's going to hold it, right? Okay, so I'm going to set up my jig, and then we're going to start drilling some holes. I use a Kreg pocket hole jig, and so the first thing I need to do is set. Comes this handy little tool that I can use to find out the width. It says the width falls into the 3/4 range. You can't, I can't get it on the camera. Anyway, trust me, it's a 3/4 range. And then what you do is you take this same little tool, you loosen this collar right here, and inside there are markings. It's kind of hard, there you go. It's kind of hard to see, but there's measurement markings inside here, and you put the collar, in this case 3/4, on that marking. It's a little round circle with the marking inside of it. So you line the circle on the collar, the circle on the drill bit, and tighten it up. And that's where you want your stop to be. Now, for the actual pocket holes themselves, this is 2 3/8 to 3.5 inch. So I'm going to use a Centermark B, which is on here, and it's also hard to tell. Let me see if I can get this camera down a little bit. Centermark B is right here, and then I would put that in the middle of the board, and then I'm going to drill 1 and 3 for the pocket holes. So I'm going to get this set up. It's got a dust extractor on it, so I'm going to get that hose on here, then we'll come back and we'll drill some holes. On the pocket holes, show you a piece, all done. So now it's time to assemble. So I'm gonna get this this jig out of the way. So this dust This extractor on here is really nice. You know, it comes with it. Obviously, it plugs into my wet dry vac, but yeah, this makes actually a lot of sawdust. So it's really nice that that it comes with this. Okay, getting ready to dry the first pocket screws here. So you need to clamp this down first. Well, I think I need to. All right, that's clamped down, and just use this. All right, put a couple pocket screws in here. Okay, put this one in. I like the way that's set. So hey Tyler. Good.
What you making?
A base
4?
for that chest. Get out of there. Let me get this other one on here real quick.
Nice little workspace you got here.
Yeah. It doubles as a Thanksgiving table.
Oh yeah. Oh man. This is this is embedded into this?
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Did you do that yourself or did
Yeah.
it come like that?
No, I made it.
Oh man, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, that way I can set stops on there and I can know exactly. That way when I cut wood, I can cut them all the same, same length instead of, guessing.
Oh yeah. Is this right in here?
Yeah.
And for your drill?
No, I just need a little piece of wood. I mean, this will be okay.
I'm gonna go say what's up to the pups.
I don't like that. That's a little better. Okay. So I assembled the rest of the base. I didn't video that. It's just the same as what you just saw, just different pieces. I stained the base a golden oak stain by Minwax, I believe, and put 3 coats of an oil-based polyurethane on top of it. I normally use water-based, but I think, oil-based gives it a little bit richer look and could possibly darken it over time, which I think would be pretty. Although I'll never see it darken over time, but I think it would be very nice if it does a little bit. So now I'm just getting ready to screw the base into the bottom of the dresser. So I'm just taking measurements to see again. I did that during the dry fit, but I'm doing it again since this is now for real, and make sure how far back I want to put the front of the base and how far from the sides. So once I get all the measurements set, then I will drill it into the base, and then we will be all done. And that's basically how you build a base. There's some room for improvements on especially attaching the wood screws. But overall, that's basically how you do it. So I hope you enjoyed the video and learned something from it. If you've got any suggestions on how to do this better, please let me know. Thanks for watching, and catch my next video from the next season.